The Owl House Season 2. It is a season full of tragedy. In this season, nice things are sparse, and instead, all that is left is pain. Season 2 is the low point in the hero's journey, and each failure throughout the season comes together in Season 2, Episode 16, Hollow Mind. For Luz, Hollow Mind just reaffirmed her insecurities, but it showed more of what we knew. Belos is evil, Belos manipulates people. And what we just learned was the extent of his manipulation and villainy, that everything Belos has done. On the other hand, for Hunter, this episode changes everything. It's like when Hank found out that Walter White was Heisenberg. Hunter realized that everything he had been told, that he believed, it was all a lie. Today, part of One Last Scene, I'll be covering Hunter's breakdown at the end of Hollow Mind and what makes it such an impactful moment for the character and the show going forward. Now, Hunter is one of the most interesting characters in the world of the Owl House. Throughout his many appearances in Season 2, we have seen Hunter's many faces. At the start of the show, it just seemed like Hunter was cut from the same cloth as the other Owl House villains, cocky, arrogant, and full of themselves. But, even in that first episode, Hunter had one redeeming quality. He was playing with King. One of my favorite Hunter moments is when he's taken the cloth on and off King's cage. Pets have a way into the souls of people, and see that the Golden Guard was playing with a dog-like creature. It meant to me he would be something special in the future. And surely enough, that is what would happen. Hunter's next two appearances would all be in the company of Luz or one of her friends. Fellow teenagers to help contrast with Hunter's miserable life. And Hunter's life truly was miserable. Hunter seemed to be nothing more than an object to Belos. Belos treats almost everyone this way, as a pawn in his plan. But Belos treated Hunter worse than anyone. Because to Belos, Hunter wasn't special. He was a Grimwalker, a clone of a clone, in a very long line of clones, which Belos kills time and time again. Grimwalkers are supposed to be the ideal version of Caleb, Belos' brother, but just aren't time and time again. What Belos wants out of his Grimwalkers, out of his brother, is total obedience. He makes the Grimwalkers to be slaves who does whatever he requires with no complications, and no one can do that. No one is perfect. Since Belos doesn't see Hunter as a person, he doesn't live in conditions that are acceptable for a person to live in. Hunter was trained in combat from a young age, separated from other kids his age as well as his fellow guards. He was isolated. Yet, Hunter was manipulated into believing that his life was so great. In Any Sport in the Storm, Hunter is reminiscing nostalgically about his training with another one of the members of the Emperor's Coven. What Hunter believed to be the Golden Age was hell for everyone else. It shows the levels to Belos' manipulation, as well as how out of touch of the world Hunter really is, which is really sad to see. And even worse, like in any abusive relationship, Belos makes Hunter reliant on him. Now, Belos is a human, and assumed because of this, Hunter would be as well. So, Belos gives Hunter an artificial staff, something only Belos knows how to create or fuel or whatever it takes to make it, and that makes Hunter reliant on Belos to achieve any type of magic, which is the whole thing Hunter has been trained in his life, dedicating his life to do, to get good at magic, and now he needs Belos to do that. But, when Hunter gets Flapjack, suddenly he can use his own magic. So, what this means, somehow with Hunter being a Grimwalker, he can use real magic. Belos either doesn't know this, or more likely doesn't want Hunter to know this, so Hunter will be dependent on Belos, and it just makes it so Hunter can never really be free. And there's no doubt that Hunter is reliant on Belos. Let's take a look at Eclipse Lake, for example. Hunter thinks he failed a mission. He starts digging his own grave. In this episode, Hunter inadvertently admits that his sole purpose is to serve Belos, at least in his mind, and if he can't do it, he isn't worthy to live. He's ready to start digging his own grave. That's how committed he is, and how scared of Belos he is. But, at the same time, we are given hope that Hunter may be able to find people he can trust and like. First of all, Darius. Throughout Season 2, Darius has been sympathetic to Hunter and acts as sort of a father figure. Darius challenges Hunter's beliefs and comfort zone time and time again, like when he forces Hunter to find friends or recruits. Of course, we later learn that Darius is a part of the Resistance, and turning Hunter against Belos, that's going to help the cause. But it truly feels like Darius does care about Hunter. Of course, though, so does Willow. When Amity and Luz interact with Hunter, it is always as enemies. While there is kindness spared on both ends, like how Hunter thanks Amity for the Titan's blood, or Luz letting him take the talisman, or Luz saying this, neither of them could come out of the episode as friends. They're still not on the same side. But Willow changes that. Willow shows Hunter kindness just for the sake of kindness. Sure, she wants to win Flyer Derby and he's good at flying, but she believes in Hunter and just wants him to have fun, where so few people that Hunter knows actually wants that for him. All of this sets up perfectly Hollow Mind. Hunter now has seen kindness from Darius and the idea of a better life at Hexside, and yet he still believes Belos can do no wrong, he knows what's right, and everything he does is for the betterment of the Demon Realm. Inside Belos' mind, though, things start to change. Hunter refuses to accept any information he learns inside of there. When Belos tested the sigils to kill people, there was a reason. The same thing when he tried to burn down a village. It wasn't until Hunter was face to face with all the dead Grimwalkers that came before him that Hunter realized something was wrong. And at that point, it was already too late for Hunter. Belos is now ready to kill Hunter just because he saw what happened to all those who came before. Because to Belos, killing Hunter, it's not a sacrifice, it would just be an inconvenience of needing to make a new Grimwalker. Hunter finally realized how he's been played and that he had been fighting for the wrong side, that he had helped build the end of the world. And Belos would have killed Hunter if it wasn't for Luz. The girl he tried to kill on multiple occasions is now trying to save his life. Then though, Hunter and Luz get out only because of Luz's family. And here lies my pick for one last scene. Hunter is out of Belos' mind, but he doesn't feel safe. He's in a strange house, surrounded by people who had been his enemy in the past, but are showing him compassion. He can't trust Belos. He can't trust any of his allies from the Coven. Hunter doesn't know what to do. But there is one thing that Hunter does almost immediately. He takes off his Golden Guard cloak. The symbol that Hunter fought for so long to protect, which he thought brought him honor, respect, and glory. He just threw that off. While Hunter didn't know what to do, he threw off the cape almost instinctively, as if the cape was Belos trying to trap him once again. In the last scene of Hollow Mind, the identity of the Golden Guard is over. Golden Guard is dead. Belos killed him. All that remains now is Hunter, alone in the Boiling Isles with enemies everywhere, nowhere to trust, and forced to begin the next uncertain chapter of his life. I love this scene so much because it just shows perfectly the transformation and the realization inside of Hunter that he can't go back to what life was before, that no one accepts him, and he just doesn't know where to go. It shows all the chaos going on inside of my mind, and it is just brilliant. Anyways, that is my pick for one last scene. If you enjoyed this video and you want to keep exploring characters of the Owl House with me, I recommend you check out my new video on Amity Blight, to see as she went from another victim of abuse to living her best life. That'll be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in that Amity video. I have been Fictional Fanatics. So until then, bye.